I don't think there's a typically decided with when it comes to scholarships. I think scholarships is probably one of the biggest differences in the way that the scholarship review process among schools. We all want well-rounded students. We all want students that can academically succeed in law school. And the undergraduate GPA, the LSAT, the letters of recommendation, those three are all factors that basically are considered by most schools in terms of what goes to whether a student is academically fit to succeed in law school. So when looking at scholarships, we're also looking at those factors, and those are also the factors to an extent that gives us apples to apples comparison that are not the subjective factors. I think you get into the scholarship pool by having strong academic factors, but you get, depending on the schools, there's different variances about what happens next. And at Miami Law, certainly we want students to have strong academic credentials when we're reviewing scholarship applications, but what gets you from having a scholarship and not having a scholarship, there's everything else that comes into it. And whether you are someone who, and what you bring to the law school in terms of your experiences, and somebody who's well-rounded, and somebody who has all kinds of experiences, that those are all become factors in the scholarship selection process, aside from the academic factors. There's tons of students in the country that have, 158 or higher. So how do you differentiate among them? Okay, you can add the GPA. There's a ton of students that have like 3.4 or higher in the country. And I'm using kind of random measures in terms of the GPA. But to an extent, what happens next is that the evaluation process of the experience and what you bring to the table. And I think that's where there's the misunderstanding about what that means. Is it more things on the resume, more activities, more internships? No, we also understand, and I think that, again, I come from a different background. So as a first generation college and somebody who worked in college while going to college, I understand that sometimes you can't have all of the internships and all of the undergraduate activities in place because you have to work. And we get that. And I think there's a lot of admissions officers that are first generation college that understand that generally. And so that's where the whole idea of adding more to your resume doesn't really help you necessarily. Do we want students that are well-rounded? Sure. But again, that's not necessarily equate with more activities.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.